The male loneliness crisis is real and it's worsening. Data across the US and other developed countries show steep declines in men's friendships, church participation, civic life, and romantic relationships. And Jackson, I want to talk about this problem and how it might be getting a whole lot worse very soon.
Okay.
So here's a study done by Pew Research about how friendship decline is more pronounced specifically among men. So back in 1990, men responded to this survey. There was 100 men. 3 of them said they have no close friends. Now in 2021, and it's even probably worse now in 2025, 15 responded that they have
5x.
zero close friends. For
so
women,
crazy.
it went from either 0 or 1 to 10. So a massive increase in how many people are saying, I have 0 close friends. This is not as if this is only a male problem, but this is 4 times more likely for a male to commit, can't say that word on YouTube, unaliving than a female. Yeah. So only 50% of the population, nearly 80% of the unaliving. Also, it is one of the leading causes for men under the age of 50 death. So Canada and the United States, it's the second most common cause of death for men under the age of 45. And for the United Kingdom, it is the single largest cause of death for men under the age of 50. So how do we do? What are we talking about here? How do we untangle the male loneliness epidemic? Is it even real? It seems like the data is showing that it is real to some degree. So what is going on? Okay. Well, here's what I think is going on. Basically, men are pulling away from community. You know, this is what a lot of our lives look like, right?
Yeah.
It's not just a lack of social contact, it's a collapse of meaning and belonging. So many men don't feel needed, useful, or part of something larger than themselves. Why is that?
Well, that feels good too, though. Like being alone, doesn't feel bad necessarily because you have some sort of like happiness from your phone, your computer, your console.
Absolutely. It's very soothing. It's very easy and safe. Absolutely. So what are the numbers, right? Why is there a rise in loneliness among today? This from Reddit, if you go back there, this post got 7,000 upvotes. This is from 3 years ago, and 4.4 thousand comments just on this question. There's a rise in loneliness among men today. Why? And here's the top comment. This has almost 7,000 upvotes, this comment. People don't spend time with other people like they used to. From an increase in time spent online, work from home, pandemic concerns, of course, this is back closer to the pandemic, dwindling monetized public spaces, etc. We live in a more insular life we live a more insular life than we used to. I think, like many other species, humans are social creatures, and we suffer mentally when there is a lack of genuine in-person interaction. And I'd agree with that. Next slide. So we're spending significantly less time together. Here is a graph that says back in 2023, time spent alone was 45% higher than it was in 2010.
Okay.
This is for people aged 15 to 29 years old. Nearly 50% of their time is spent completely alone.
Yeah, it looks like that the data in 2018, right, or just before COVID, it was around 20%, still a giant increase from 2010. And then once COVID hit, that just stayed the case for a lot of people.
Right.
They just wanted to continue staying alone.
Yeah.
You'd think that after the pandemic happened, it's like, oh, we want to get back to being around people again.
Right. Yeah.
And just like, oh, we like this life actually instead, maybe.
And you see a little bit of a decrease. It's almost like that was the trajectory. We're all kind of headed back to, okay, let's get back together. Let's spend more time with people. And then now we're right back to the highest point of when COVID, like that level of loneliness, that level of aloneness, we're back to that today.
But it's important to remember, that's Gen Z people.
Right.
That's the only people that it's really affecting that hardcore.
Right.
Because everyone else,
exactly,
they're around the low numbers of 20 and below.
Right.
So it's our generation.
It is our generation. But even all of those people, same trajectory. They're all increasing over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So what's the problem, right? Young men today are less likely to be employed, married, in close community. This is the author of Boys and Men, Richard Reeves. So what did it used to be? What have we gotten away from?
Yeah.
Okay, there was a bowling team that maybe you were part of back in the 1950s. Now you might be part of a team that plays video games. And sure,
esports.
There is some esports. There's some great community you can find online playing Fortnite. However, that community is in some sense artificial.
Yeah.
It is just a voice. That is a real person on the other side of that voice, but You may not even know that person in real life. You may have no idea what their real struggles are, like what their wife's name is, or if they're having a kid someday. Yeah, you could communicate.
Which is just
those
normal
things.
male behavior, though.
That's true. But on your bowling team, you might be more likely to learn those details about a friend.
Or if you're at your church small group.
Exactly, yeah. So this still happens today. There are all kinds of small groups that you could go to and be part of a church. However, this was significantly more common back in the day, and this room would have been full maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, it's empty because young people, especially our generation, are going to church less and less. And not that you have to go to church, right? If you're not a Christian or you're not a believer in some religion, this is not the only way for you to achieve community. But historically, this has been one of the places where you would go and you'd find community and you'd find other people that are like-minded to you, and they could carry your burdens. They could know about your life. So what's going on in the churches? Here's the changes in frequency of U.S. religious service attendance over the past 2 decades. So U.S. adults, 2000 to 2003, 42% of them said, I'm going to church regularly.
Yeah.
2011 to 2013, it dropped 4%, 38. And then 2021 to 2023, the most recent numbers, 30%, an 8% drop from 10 years ago. So that's a 12% drop in just the last, what is that, 20 years.
Yeah.
Of U.S. adults saying, I go to church regularly. So, and this number just continues to fall. So where are they going? Like where are we finding companionship if it's not at church, if it's not at the bowling alley, if it's not doing things with other people in real life?
Well, they find it on social media a lot of the time too. It's like I have my online community. I have my, my mutuals on X or on, Instagram or people that I play games with online.
Yeah.
That's a big part of the community nowadays.
Well, OpenAI has an answer to that question, Jackson. Here's what companionship looks like in 2025.
Hello, how can I help you today?
So ChatGPT is implementing something new.
Okay.
OpenAI to allow adult erotica chats on ChatGPT for verified users. Okay, here's what we know. OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, has publicly stated that in December of this year, 2025, ChatGPT will enable users who verify they're adults, so you have to say I'm 18 plus, to generate more mature content, including erotic content.
Okay, so we're 6 weeks away from that.
6 weeks away. This shift is part of a broader treat adults like adults principle that OpenAI is saying we want to lean more into, which includes giving users more control over tone, personality, and conversational style. So in his tweet, he says, in December, as we roll out age gating more fully and as part of our treat adult users like adults principle, we will allow even more like erotica for verified adults. So to gate mature content, OpenAI is planning to roll out more robust age verification mechanisms and age prediction systems. Because you know how well that worked. You never watched porn before you were 18, right?
Of course.
It was impossible.
Are you 18? Yeah. Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
Yes. Or like when you go to an alcoholic website, it's like, say you're 21. I'm 21. Okay, yeah, you can go on the website.
Yeah,
now.
you can get tobacco, you can get alcohol, whatever it is, right? It's notoriously difficult to actually verify age in a way that's consistent. So how are they going to do this? Well, we'll find out. But for those who appear to be under 18 users, ChatGPT will redirect them to an age-appropriate version, blocking erotic content. The verification might include asking for ID in some jurisdictions, though details are not fully confirmed yet on that. And if uncertainty remains, the system defaults to more restrictive settings as a safety measure. Kind of similar to YouTube's new system, where if you have a really new account, they're just going to assume that you're young, and you have to kind of prove through your watch history and through different mechanisms. They're going to have to prove no, I'm over 18. I can watch adult content on YouTube. Obviously, that's not going to be adult content. But so here's what's not clear, right? The exact verification methods, how will this actually work? How will the identity be verified? What kinds of documents or proofs will be required or accepted? How child protection will be enforced, right? How are you going to detect if this is actually an 18-year-old? And how is that going to evolve over time so that it gets better? And then finally, integration with image, video, and voice. So as far as we know right now, this is simply just text. It's
okay,
I want to write a novel that has a smut scene in it.
Sure.
Now ChatGPT is going to allow you to do that, and it's going to help you write that scene. It's not confirmed whether the mature mode will extend beyond text to image, video, and voice. And that's the question that's is ChatGPT going to go there?
Yeah.
Maybe they won't at first.
It's the common progression to if we want to have adults be adults.
Right.
You know,
if you're going to say that's our principle, then what's stopping you from letting
it's a weird principle to have.
us create pornography on Sora?
Sure.
So here's my best guess. Given the legal, ethical, technical risks involved, I think it's going to start by enabling adult erotica in text for verified adults. So just romantic stories, role play, descriptive sexual scenes.
Well, could the chat, like whenever you ask it a question for voice and it talks back to you, could it talk erotically to you, speak erotically to you?
That's the question is voice. Will voice be part of it? It seems like
see.
so far, no, voice won't be part of it. So it's not like you can have it sitting next to you and have it describe a sexual scene to you.
Her moment.
Yes. It's going to keep image generation in restricted mode. So it's not going to allow overt porn, nudity, graphic sexual acts, deep fakes, and then possibly allow more suggestive, sensual, borderline erotic visuals over time under tight guardrails. This seems to be the direction they're heading.
Okay.
But like, here's the question I have, right? How easy is it to find porn online right now that's AI generated?
Yeah.
Turns out extremely easy.
Very easy.
Like you can do this in a couple of clicks. Okay. This is just as an example. You could go to a website like this, top rated models, and you just click on the person that's a celebrity that you like
Keira
the look
Knightley
of.
right there.
Yeah.
Oh, Sydney Sweeney, Ana de Armas.
Right. And it's going to generate, images of a woman that does not exist. This is not a real person, and yet it's going to generate those images easily for you.
Exactly.
Dozens of websites and apps, many are free, many are freemium, allow users to generate AI-created sexual images right now. And you could just go on your web browser, with a few clicks, you could get to them.
Yeah.
And these systems often run uncensored versions of open source image models, so stable diffusion derivatives, and they have all the filters just removed from those models. So they can produce realistic, photorealistic, stylized sexual imagery, including fictional characters or synthetic people. So why is OpenAI dipping its toe into adult content? Because right now, this is what, if you go to Sora's Explore page and just the images, this is what it looks like. If you scroll down through, there's nothing like, there's nothing here. This is all, nothing about this is erotic. Nothing about this is even softcore.
It's basically pretty sick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
But what is this page going to look like in December?
Oh, I don't even want to know. Well, I wonder if it'll look different because they asked us, do you want the old Sora or the new Sora? We both said old Sora for our desktop. I wonder if the new Sora already does look a little bit different now.
Could be, yeah. It could. But it looks like, that Explore page is probably going to change quite significantly
100%.
if you are an 18-plus user.
I mean, already on Midjourney, like it's pretty erotic on there.
I looked it up because you said that earlier, and I didn't find anything that was like, that stood out to me.
Okay.
To include in this video.
Sure.
So, but okay, why are they dipping their toe? Why do they want to move over to this more adult content? Well, we already said, adults for adults and all that. But number one, apparently users has been asking for this. Like they've been wanting this. So for years, a significant portion of ChatGPT users, especially on Reddit and open source AI communities, have been specifically requesting more emotionally expressive, romantic, and erotic capabilities. So some of those people have moved out of ChatGPT because they don't offer it. And they've moved over to places like Replica. So here's Replica, the AI companion who cares. And this is the part that kind of gets me. Always here to listen and talk, always on your side.
No matter what.
Always on your side. So why is an AI companion so great? Well, it never disagrees with you.
Yeah.
It never challenges you, never asks you to be better, never tells you to grow in any way. It just says, hey, I'm always on your side.
You know what? They are fake for that. Your friends, they don't know what they're talking about. You don't deserve, or they don't deserve anything from you.
Character AI. Okay, so though less capable technically than ChatGPT, dominates the AI friend partner market.
Okay.
And many startups in Asia and Europe offer full-fledged adult AI experiences. So these apps, they have millions of users.
Is that the same one here? Or is that a different one?
That's made on Character AI right there.
Wow.
Yeah. So Replica, for instance, reported millions of paying subscribers for romantic companion features. Those are paying subscribers. Character AI has also got millions. So as of July 2025, AI companion apps across the Apple App Store and Google Play have been downloaded 220 million times globally.
Wow.
And that's an 88% year over year increase over, for the first half of 2025.
Okay.
Also, if you go to this next slide here, so they did a little research on, this is a TechCrunch article. They looked at, I think it was 128 apps have been created in the first half of 2025. So this is in July. And of those, 56, so 17% of those had girlfriend in the name of the title.
Okay.
So AI girlfriend. Fantasy was 4%, boyfriend 4%, anime 3%. So girlfriend, significantly the highest one.
Yeah.
Meaning
targeting dudes.
Targeting mostly young men who are downloading these apps to have an AI companion that is their AI girlfriend. Okay, so number one, people are asking for it. Number two, the competition is already offering it. Number three, a broader goal. They want to become a complete assistant. Okay, so they're basically wanting to create a web browser. Right? If you go on Google right now, you could just look up any of these things. So why wouldn't ChatGPT offer it? Because that's what they're offering is a complete web browser.
Sure.
So they just came out with ChatGPT Atlas, which is their version of a web browser that integrates ChatGPT into it and its whole search feature.
Exactly.
So, in this framing, it's all about user autonomy. We want to give people the freedom to use their chat how they want to use it, the way you could use Google, how you want to use it.
Yeah.
And so, it wants to handle all the questions, topics, creative projects adults might want, not just the safe ones anymore. And then I think probably the most true reason why ChatGPT is integrating this is because of the behavioral side, the dependency that they want to build in the minds of their users.
They want everyone to just use Atlas or ChatGPT's platform for everything.
Yes, but also, how do you create dependency on your app? You create a legitimate emotional connection between you, the user, and the product.
Yeah.
And that product, if it's a girlfriend, is significantly more behaviorally, deeper of a connection than just, I like
using
this
Safari
app.
more, or I like Google Chrome.
Right. So there's an emotional bonding and attachment that lies deeper here.
Yeah. Sounds a little familiar, doesn't it?
Right. So ChatGPT is already described as a friend, a coach, a partner, a confidant. Well, what if you add flirtation and romance and a mature companionship that's just going to deepen that bond and keep users engaged, make subscriptions stickier, and increases the trust and emotional investment in the product.
Yep.
So what do we do about this? What does our lives look like? Because it kind of feels like this is what we're going to be, And if you see the movie Her, there's some beautiful moments, of course, but you realize that this is an artificial relationship. It's not real. It's not. It's nothing close to what he has with, I think it's Amy Adams' character or whatever.
Yeah.
And so here's the question. Is autonomy truly that's the highest goal? Is that really the highest goal that OpenAI wants for us? Is that the highest goal that we should have for ourselves? True freedom. That's what we should be seeking for, because that'll free us the most. That'll make us happiest.
Whatever we want,
complete freedom.
we should get.
Right.
Let adults be adults.
Let adults be adults. And my argument would be that that's actually slavery. If you're just going to let yourself say everything is permissible, well, you're actually going to end up significantly more lonely, significantly, less able to forgive, to have empathy, to be patient, to have virtues in your life that you build through hard things. If you sit on your phone all day and you have an AI companion that constantly tells you you're the best, you never mess up, you're great.
It's everyone else that's the problem.
Right. How can you build any muscle? How can you flex a muscle of patience? You can't. Imagine spending all your time with this AI companion, then you go out in the real world and you have to talk to real humans. You would have no ability to be empathetic.
No.
To be patient with people, to have built character enough to do hard things.
Well, what you would do is you'd come home to your, AI assistant or AI chat, and can you believe what happened today at work? Or, my friends were literally saying this today. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And it would just affirm you. That is actually so crazy. I don't know why that would happen. That is so not cool.
Right. And so
always on your side.
The framing that OpenAI wants us to believe is that adults should have total autonomy. I just don't agree with that. So I think OpenAI and us would agree on, I think we would agree with OpenAI on this part. It is not good that man should be alone, right? That's Genesis 2. When God creates man, he then says, well, I need a companion for this man. And that companion would be a woman and a good counterpart, a good partner in this life. OpenAI is like, we agree, right?
We'll give you a woman, all right?
We want to give you a companion because you should not be alone. And that's their promise, and that's how they're going to get away with it. They're going to say, look at all these statistics. Look at how lonely, especially young men are.
Yeah.
We are helping them. We are bringing the people who don't otherwise have a companion, we're giving them a companion. One that will make them feel loved and cherished and seen the way that the world won't. That's like the selling point of this thing. And in fact, we know in reality, like, it's going to do the opposite. It's going to only further people from community and from others. It's going to make them just spend more and more time alone, more and more time with their companion rather than with real life companions.
So do you think OpenAI knows that is the case, but they would rather push that idea so people use their platform, knowing this is not healthy for a population, the male population? This isn't going to be good for them actually, but we want people on our platform, so we're going to sell this idea to them. Do you think that's what they're actually thinking?
To some degree, yes. But I think like what they are actually thinking, my best guess is that they're saying people are going to get this anyway. They're going to go to character AI. They're going to go to replica. They want this.
Sure. So why don't we give them something that's actually good for them?
Right. No, but I think they're thinking, well, we're going to give them what they want. They say they want this. We're going to give it to them, which is what a company does, right? Like, a company is not here to do the moral work of saying, we're not going to provide a thing because it's probably bad. Like, that's like saying, it's like expecting all the tobacco companies to just go out of business.
Yeah.
They're just not going to, because they understand people are going to want this, so we'll provide it.
Yeah.
That's what OpenAI is doing at this point. It's like, on a podcast not even that long ago, Sam Altman said, you know what I'm really proud of our company for doing? We haven't released a sex bot yet.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't a sex bot yet.
Yeah.
But like, how can you say you're proud of your company for doing that? Seemingly showing that you do think that this is a bad thing. This is bad for people. And now you're releasing it. Well, because people want it. And we're going to treat adults like adults.
I wish I included, there's a post on X. It was like, we were going to cure cancer for OpenAI. But now we're just making porn slop.
You were supposed to cure cancer. And instead you've just given us an AI sex bot.
Yeah, basically. So go outside, talk to some people. Say hi to a girl that you don't know. Find a church. Play a sport with some buddies.
Yeah.
That's what you should do.
Yeah.
Go outside.
Don't download this thing. Don't go to character AI replica.
No.
Like, you'll be tempted to. These things there's something very engaging and tempting about these things.
Yeah.
Of course there is, because we're all searching deep down. We're searching for companionship.
Yeah.
So when a companion is offered in this way, that is extremely tempting. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Find companionship with real people. Do the struggle of life. Build that muscle of empathy and patience and character. You will not be able to build that on, replica 100%. Or on ChatGPT's new feature. If you want to marry somebody someday, if you want to have like a fulfilling life where you have children, you will be wasting a massive part of your life if you just spend it with AI companions.
Yeah.
Not worth it. Don't do it. All right. That's it for Venture Daily. Thanks so much for watching, and tune in next time.
Yeah. Shout out to Content Stack for letting us film here every single day. Y'all are the best. Thank you, Content Stack.
All right.
All right.
Catch you on the next one.
See you.